Thursday, we're getting to do our stick mobility. I'm excited. I was excited for this on Monday, but we'll be doing it today instead. So my stick's a little shorter than 5 feet, but just about an arm's length. Mine's a PVC pipe. I put some just some like athletic tape on the ends just to make it a little nicer for my hands to hold. And a broomstick works fine. You can unscrew the end of the broom from the broomstick. Anything, any kind of stick that you have laying around. They sell sticks like this, but not necessarily a stick is a stick. So let's grab those sticks and we're gonna come down to the mat laying on our belly. We're gonna learn how to use sticks, just like we've been using the bands, to help increase our stretches and our range of motion. So without further ado, let's get down to the floor. So we're gonna go belly down. And let's put that stick, we're gonna grab the ends of the stick here. All right, so we're holding onto our stick, and I want you to pull on the ends like you're trying to pull your stick apart. Keeping that tension, we're gonna go into our scorpion roll. Keep pulling on your stick as you inhale and reach, and then gradually coming back to center. We're gonna do that on the other side. Reach, and exhale, back to center. Let's go. Back to that first side, lift the foot. Pull apart on the stick, reach, exhale, keep pulling, and back to center, back to that second leg, kick it up, reach, I'm gonna do 4 more, kick it up and over. Slowly back to center. 2. And nice and slow, last one. Inhale and exhale back. With that, we can slide our hands to our stick. We're going to push ourselves up into a kneeling position. Tuck the toes under if you want to stretch your feet a little extra, or you can lay those toes flat if it's too uncomfortable. Putting the hands on the stick. We're going to do our kneeling cat-cow. So inhale, tuck the head, push the stick into the ground. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to do a total of 4. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, arch the spine. Last one, inhaling into cat. And exhaling into cow. Slide your hands together in the middle of your stick here. So you've got the hands together, still in your kneeling position. And we're going to take one hand, keeping it on the stick. The other hand is going to open up. Keep pressing that other stick into the ground and open up, reach, turn and look behind you. Bring it back, hands together in the middle again, and open up on the other side. Nice big inhale as you reach. I'm going to do 4 more. Bringing it over to the side, you can just slide your hips to the side and then splay the legs out a little bit more so you're getting a 90 and a 90-degree angle on each leg. So I've got kind of a leg that I'm turning in towards. We're going to continue to turn towards that leg. Let's grab the stick. We're going to turn, drive the stick into the ground, and keep turning, squeezing your hips, pressing them into the ground as you forcefully drive the stick into the ground. And we're using that to create force into the ground to help open up our hips. Big inhale, push, and then exhale, see if you can turn and relax. Inhale, push, resist. Exhale. Nice deep breath. We want this to be an active stretch. We're working our muscles to stretch and drive. And you can bring the stick back to center. We're going to switch sides so the heels of the feet are going to stay on the ground. We're rolling the knees over. I've switched. And then I'm going to take the stick. I'm going to turn, drive my hips into the ground, and drive the stick into the ground. You want to feel like you're trying to push your knees into the ground, squeezing your butt cheeks to press your hips forward. We're creating force. You want that stick to go down into the ground. If you have a wall, you can also push the stick up against the corner into the wall there. Big deep breath and drive into the floor. And we're going to exhale, release, coming up and back to center. All right, coming into a kneeling position again. So we're going to be up on both knees. Take a little bit of a wider stance. You can have your toes tucked under there to make sure that we're supporting our glutes, pushing through those big toes. I got a little bit of space between my knees. I have the stick out in front. It's in the middle here and an arm's length away. I'm going to come under, reach underneath, so I've got both palms facing the same direction. And then this lower arm is going to push and slide the stick over. The top arm is going to reach the other way, and I'm going to get a thoracic rotation stretch. So I'll show up from the front. So here's my stick in the middle, top arm, bottom arm. It's going to slide, and I'm rotating my upper torso, getting a good stretch through the lats. Big inhale and exhale. I want you to feel like you're in control of the stick, good grip of the stick. You can push, pull, drive it into the ground. If you feel like you don't have control of the stick, take your range of motion into a smaller range of motion. Let's slide the stick up to neutral. We're going to switch the hands. We're going to push the bottom hand to the side. Top arm reaches over, big thoracic stretch. Nice deep breath, and you want to feel in control of your stick. Good grips. You can drive it into the ground. Push, pull. We're waking up our body in these positions. Nice deep breath. And exhale. We can slide it back to middle. We're going to switch our hands. Do it again each side. We're going to slide that lower hand over. And stretching. Slide it back to center. Switch those hands. And slide the stick over the other way. Slide your stick back to center. So let's take it into a half kneeling now. And then we're going to take this front leg and put it out to about If you were a clock, here's noon. You're gonna take it out to about your 2 o'clock-ish, something like that, 2, 3 o'clock. And our motion is going to be a forward hip drive. You want to be digging that back toe in so you can drive that glute. So we're driving here, we're gonna open up this hip flexor. We're gonna open up this adductor, this inner thigh here. So hands together, the stick is in front of, or kind of next to that front leg, which is out, right, at 30 degrees. Both hands up, you're gonna drive the hips forward and then reach that stick up and over your knee to create a stretch all along, down into your knee. Keep squeezing your glutes and pressing your hips forward so you feel that stretch travel down your inner thigh. Nice deep breath, we're gonna hold. And use your glutes to pull your hips back, come back to center, and we're just gonna move in and out of that range. Hips forward and stretch. Ooh, my stick slid. And back and stretch. And now take just the top arm there and hang that top arm, reaching it forward. Take your bottom arm and reach it through as you're reaching to get a new stretch. Reaching it across the body. So now let's move the stick. We're gonna stay in this half kneeling position. We're gonna move the stick to in front of my knee that's on the floor. I'm gonna have my forward knee side up on top. I'm gonna drive my hips forward, same direction with my hips that I was going before, driving them this way. Hang on. I'm gonna need a knee pad for all my floor work here. So it's in front. I'm gonna drive my hips forward, but this time I'm gonna twist the other way. Nice big inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes. And reach as you drive that stick down into the floor. You can move in and out of this range of motion. Use your hips to drive this. And just like we did on the other side, just leave your top arm, drive it over, and then we're gonna reach through to change our stretch again. Reach all different places. Bring it back to center. So we're gonna switch our knees. Go through this process on the other side. So it's half kneeling position, and then you're gonna take it out to about 9 o'clock this time. And with that stick on the outside of that forward leg, hands together at the top of the stick. We're gonna drive our hips forward and reach into that leg, drive the stick into the ground, squeeze the glutes. See if you can push off your back toe that's in the floor that we have tucked under. And we can move in and out of that range of motion, leading it with the hips. And then just the top arm reaching forward. And then we can reach that lower arm through and access a new twist. And we'll come out of that range of motion. Move the stick in front of the downed knee. Switch the arms on top. And drive those hips forward, push off your big toe, and stretch switch the other way. Drive that stick down into the ground. A lot of tension here. We want to be like a statue. As if waves were coming to crash and knock us over. But we're ready. Use the hips to move in and out of that range of motion. And then just the top arm. And we're going to reach through with that lower arm. Bring it on back. So half kneeling position still. Let's bring the leg right in front now. And if you can grab the ends of your stick, you can grab your hands on the end. If you can only grab part, just grab a nice wide chunk of stick. And glutes engaged, you're pushing off your back big toe. And we're gonna start to go like we're kayaking. Nice and slow, like you're trying to pull your arm back. Nice deep breath with this. Just kayaking forward while we breathe. And let's slow it down. And now we'll reverse. Nice, deep exhale. And bring it to center. Do twist into our forward leg. And back to center. Now plant that stick over on the other side and have that arm at a 90-degree angle. So kind of slide your hand down and relax that arm. Still in our half kneeling position. Drive those hips forward, engage the glutes. Push the stick away. And we're going to reach up and over to that stick. Both arms straight. Drive it down into the ground as you reach. Breathe into all those tight areas, tight tissues. Wake them up. And exhale back to center. We're going to switch our knees. Take it down. Switching sides, back toes tucked under. And we're starting off with a straight kneeling. So arms wide onto our stick. And we're going to start kayaking. You can start slow. And breathe. Feel like you're pulling your arms back. Feel those shoulder blades sliding around, scrubbing the back of the rib cage. Nice deep breath. And let's slow it down. And switch direction. Backstroke, keeping our spine neutral. And let's bring it down. Stick next to the forward leg. Relax that hand down at 90 degrees, maybe about a foot away from you. Squeeze the glutes, drive the hips forward, push the stick away, and reach up and over for that stick. Big inhale, waking up all those little stretchy bits. And let's bring it back to center. We're going to switch knees again. This is going to be an intense stretch. So please, if you're at home, just remember nothing should feel that bad. So if it is really hurting, stretching should feel good. We don't want to take it to the pain cave. So this one in particular can wake up some of that low back tightness, QL tightness, and this is designed to help stretch that out. So, half kneeling position. Back toe is tucked in. I'm at 90-90, my knees straight in front of my hip. And I have this guy next to my leg, just about kind of in the hip there. And the side that has the lowered knee is the one that's up onto the stick. I'm going to reach my arm through and get my arm in front of the stick. And then I'm going to drive my hips forward and reach over, and you can slide the stick a little bit further away to help increase that stretch. Whoop, but what we're looking for here is all the way down this side, and especially here in this side of the low back, the QL. So I'll show the setup again. So I'm here. Here, I'll show from the front. So I'm here. I reach through here, down to the floor. I'm pushing it down into the floor, and then I'm reaching over. Show from this side again. Reaching through. Stretch the hips forward. You're going to push your hip out. See if you can let the side open up all the way down to the top of the hip. Nice. Exhale. You can slide your hands off. You're going to switch sides. Switch your knee. And hands going to be grabbing on up and nice and high. We're going to reach through. And then reach over. Drive the hip down into the ground, and you can slide your stick to the side for a bigger stretch. Oh, this is definitely my tighter side. Nice deep breath. Gently untwist and come up. We're going to do a standing straddle now. So, feet a little wider than hips width apart and pointing straight forward, and you're going to have the stick in front of you, both hands on the stick, and we're going to, keeping our legs straight, drive our hips back and stretch the low back and the upper thoracic. I want you to feel like you're trying to spread your butt cheeks to the sky. You want one hand over the other because we're going to come back and switch this. So don't have them together enmeshed. Have one clearly over the other. Nice deep breath, and we're going to twist to one side just with the body, not with the hips. Just that upper body. Don't want to bend a leg. Both legs are going to stay straight. Come back to center and twist the other way. And back to the middle. Now let's reorganize. We're going to switch our hands. Which one's on top? And again, drive the hips back and drive the stick down into the ground. Nice deep breath. Exhale into the twist, just the upper body. Keep the weight even between the feet. Think about like you're trying to spread the floor with your feet as you're doing this. Take your stick to center and rock it over the other way. Middle. Now let's take that stick and you're going to put it behind. You want it not on your low back. We want it up high on that upper thoracic, kind of like where your nipples would be, a little bit slightly lower than the nipple line. We're still going to be in this slightly wider than shoulder width straddle. We're going to keep our legs nice and straight. You can shift the hips back and you're going to reach to the ground with one arm, which is going to rotate your torso. You're going to feel as you reach one forward, the stick is going to force the other one to come back. That's that natural rotation. So we're going to do 10 times, shift the hips back, and then you're going to reach with one arm and center and reach with the others. That's 2. Reach, and 3, 4, 5, that's 6, 7, 8, last 2, we're going to reach, and reach, and come up to center, and standing. Let's stay in our wide straddle stance, feet nice and straight. And we're going to grab our stick in the middle. You can grab the ends if you have a short enough stick, or it's too long, you can also just grab the middle of the stick. But I'm going to push my stick forward, drive to the side, and then twist into that leg with my stick. Then I'm going to untwist, come back to center, drive to the other side, twist with my stick. Let's get a nice deep breath going with the it. Excuse me. So come back. We're going to exhale. Inhale, and then exhale, inhale, turn. Exhale in, and back. Exhale down, inhale, turn. Exhale back, inhale up. All right, over to the side and twist as you inhale. And now one more each side. And last one. Let's take that stick down. I'm going to put it in front of, let's say, my right leg here, and I'm going to have my hands together. Just going to have one hand on it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to think about my right foot. I'm going to put my right hand on it. It's in front of my right leg. So this one can float free, you can sit on your hip, whatever feels good. I would just let it do its own thing. We're going to come over into that side lunge again, and this time you're going to take that stick and twist it. You're pushing it down into the ground, twist it into your body. Remember, just let this other arm just woo, do what it wants. So come up and out. So we're gonna try that again. Over into the side lunge, twist in. And again, remember, drive the hips over for your side lunge. See how my hip is over my right foot? One more, open. And now we're gonna keep the stick over the right foot, but we're gonna go over to the left, same hand, nothing changes. We're just changing sides. And now I'm gonna open it up to the other side. So we're gonna go back to center. So I'm gonna go to the left, and then open my arm and twist my upper body. I'm gonna do two more. So let's switch sides now. The stick is gonna come over, grabbing nice and high on my stick, drive it into the ground. I'm gonna come over to the left side and drive the stick into the ground as I twist in. And do 5. Inhale as you come down, exhale, push the floor away. Last 2. And 1. Stick is going to change sides. Sorry, stick is going to stay on the same side. We're going to change sides. We're going to go over to the other side, open up that arm. We're going to do 5. 2 more. And last one. All right, so let's bring it forward to a split stance. Sorry, just reading my class notes. So let's see, we've got split stance. Okay. So we're going to go into split stance, both feet on the ground, one in front of the other. And I also have, you see a little space between my feet. I'm going to have my stick next to my forward leg. Leg is nice and soft and bent, and I want this at 90 degrees. We're going to push the stick away, drive the feet into the ground, and reach up and over for our stick. Big inhale. And let's come up and out of that, and another reach. One more. We're going to switch legs, switch sides. And that arm about 90 degrees. Both legs soft, push it away, and reach. Go through a few times, reach. Now take the stick into both hands. I'm just kind of holding it palms up like this. And we're just going to be stepping forward, step forward with my left foot, twist to the left. I'm going to come back and then step forward right, twist to the right. And you're just going to chop back and forth here. Gentle twists and transfers of weight. Just taking a step and a step back. Last 10 seconds. And let's bring it to center. We're gonna come down. Oh, one more before we come down to the ground. We're gonna do a B stance. Okay, so this one, a little bit interesting. So we're gonna have, let's think about having our right foot, let me start again. Let's have the stick in front of our right foot. Then I'm going to put that right foot forward with the toe up. So I'm kind of stretching that hamstring. I wanna have my right hand on the stick on top. I'm gonna have my left hand on the stick on the bottom. I'm gonna hinge my hips back and reach forward with the stick, and then turn my big toe in and twist the stick out. So I'm turning my big toe towards the middle of my body, twisting the stick out of my body. If that makes sense, hopefully you're able to see. You're going to feel stretch in your hamstrings. Twist the foot, drive the stick down. We're going to twist back to center and switch sides. So left hand on top, stick is in front of the left foot. We're going to V stance, hinge the hips back, reach forward with the stick, then you're gonna turn the toe into the center of the body, twist the stick out. Drive the stick down into the ground. Back to center, and now we're going to come down to the ground. So we're going to take a straddle seat. Legs are bent so that you can get the stick against your feet while you have your butt on the ground. You need to be able to get your butt into a neutral position, and we're going to use the stick as a means to pull us in to a nice upright upper back and stretch the chest. Take a nice deep breath. You're thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together, shoulders nice and low. Opening the hips. Keep the tension on the stick. You're going to make sure the hands are close together in the middle. Just like we did before in the kneeling position, you're going to hold on with one hand to the stick and open up, reach behind with the other. Bring it back to center and switch. Inhale, reach. And switch. Let's do 3 more. Staying upright, keeping tension on our stick. And one more, last one. All right, let's put the stick to the side. I think it's had a good workout, and we're gonna finish with the sun salutation for ourselves. So let's take it to the top of the mat. You wanna have big toes together, a little bit of space between the heels. Just feel yourself elongate and grow tall. It's like your head is a balloon full of helium and your spine is hanging from the string. And we're gonna inhale, arms wide, palms together, mountain pose. You can squeeze your butt, reach back. Exhale, hands down to the ground, forward fold. Take a big step back with the left leg and open up to the right. Bring that hand back down. Take it into a downward dog. And walk those feet up to the hands, big toes together, forward fold again. Inhale, hands to the shins, glance up. Exhale, roll down, roll up, circle the arms, mountain pose, reach. Squeeze your butt, reach back. Woo, I almost fell. Careful with your eyes closed, hands down to the floor. Step back your right leg and open to the left. Bring the hand back down to the mat. Take it back into a downward dog. Come up onto your tiptoes, curl your toes under, stretching the tops of your feet. As you come down to the ground, stretch your arms forward. And you can take them back into a child's pose. And when you're ready, give yourself a big pat on the back. Thanks for showing up on the mat today. A little active self-care with a stick. I hope you had some fun. Next week's schedule is getting sent out tomorrow, but we've got Monday just flow, we've got Wednesday lift and flow, and then on Christmas Eve we're gonna have a Christmas Eve 11 a.m. morning time primal flow. So a restorative class, and yeah, I haven't thought if I want to use any special tools, but it might just be a regular class, and we can all have a deep breath and enjoy what we have and practice some gratitude on Christmas Eve. So, oh, and happy 8th night of Hanukkah. It is the last night of Hanukkah. If we're talking about holidays, might as well say that because we're in one. And I will see you on Monday for Just Flow. Have a great weekend. It was lovely to do a fun little class. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see me. And I'll see you then. All right, bye-bye.